Good afternoon, it's Wednesday, May 7th, 2025. Mental Health Israel, seek help and the stigma on the news this afternoon. Pilot error blamed for crash that killed Access Bank CEO Herbert Wigwe family. Pirates abduct boat passengers along Isaka River in River State. Pipeline shot after oil spill in River State. On the foreign scene, Pakistan says Indian airstrikes killed 26. Vows response. I'm Ife Chukwumwanyele with the news. The United States National Transportation Safety Board has attributed the helicopter crash that killed former Access Holdings CEO Herbert Wigwe, his wife, son, and 3 others to pilot error caused by spatial disorientation. The NTSB report, released today, further indicted the helicopter company, accusing it of inadequate oversight of its safety management processes. Preliminary report earlier showed that the helicopter crashed while operating under visual flight rules in what ultimately became instrument meteorological conditions, requiring different flight protocols and instrumentation. The U.S. accident investigators further revealed that the helicopter company failed to ensure pilots properly completed flight risks analysis, recorded maintenance issues, and followed the required regulations before departure. The crash, which occurred near the California-Nevada border on 9 February 2024, claimed the lives of all 6 people on board, including Wigwe, his wife Doreen, their son Chizi, and Abimbola Ogunbajo, former group chairman of Nigeria Exchange Group plc. Moving on now, 12 boat passengers and their drivers have been kidnapped by pirates along the Isaka River in River State. The pirates also hijacked 2 passenger boats and carted away goods during the attack. The boats were heading to Cawthorne Channel and Bile when the incident occurred on Tuesday. Chairman of the Maritime Workers Union in River State, Mr. Israel Waribo-Pepo, confirmed the development to correspondent Emeka Otoka.
Driver are under captivity right now, and the other 2 boats have been hijacked. This one is just at the front of Isaka. 3 boats. One is going to Cawthorne Channel, one is going to Bile, while the other one is going to Bonny. But the one going to Bile is the one that they capture the boat and the passengers, including with the driver. The other one, they only hijack the boats and the property in the boat and chase away the driver. So please, we are calling on the sole administrator. Let me stand this something because it's getting out of hand.
Mr. Waribo-Pepo also appealed to the sole administrator of River State, retired Vice Admiral Ibokete Ibas, to beef up security on the waterways, particularly around the Isaka and Bile route. He said the maritime police units are underfunded and ill-equipped to tackle insecurity in the area.
My concern is that the Marine Police, from my own findings, they are not properly funded for them to even chase the boys because there's no fuel for them to move. Even when I contacted the Marine Police commandant, the same complaint of no fuel and all the rest. For that of the from Okika to One, I think that side is being managed because the LNG is supporting them financially to provide fuel and all that. But this other one here, I think they have this problem of fueling of the gunboats. The gunboats are there, but no fuel for them to do the work. And that is why the case is for us, is that the sole administrator should please look at it. It's all about security, and I know that the Navy gunboat doesn't operate towards this area.
When contacted, spokesperson of the River State Police Command, Grace Iringakoko, said she would respond to the inquiry later. Away from that, former federal lawmaker Senator Osinachukwu Idozu says the Senate and House of Representatives could have had a joint committee to oversee the River State Sole Administrator so that they do not duplicate effort. His remarks follow the Senate's move on Tuesday to establish an 18-member committee to monitor the activities of sole administrator, retired Vice Admiral Ibokete Ibas. A similar committee had already been constituted by the House of Representatives in April. Speaking in an interview with correspondent Martha Okere, Senator Idozu, who represented Rivers West at the Senate, says he hopes their actions are not geared towards extending the emergency rule in the state, a move he believes would not serve the best interests of Rivers people.
The letter from Mr. President was addressed to both chambers, and it's their prerogative to set up a committee to ensure compliance. While that is their prerogative, I hope what they are doing now is not intended at extending the state of emergency, but a committee led by the Senate leader, even though it looks a bit clumsy, 20-member committee. I think that's a lot. Yes, the House of Representatives has earlier set up one. The Senate can do the same. Even though I would have imagined that both chambers should have had a joint committee so that they don't duplicate efforts.
Senator Idozu said the peace sought amid the political crisis in the state cannot be achieved merely through the formation of committees. According to him, genuine resolution lies in the hands of the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike and Governor Siminalayi Fubara. He called on both leaders to prioritize the welfare of the state.
I imagine that it's a case of two brothers fighting at the detriment of the family for the benefit of the complete stranger. I do hope that they understand that two of them are the ones to resolve this issue. It does not require the National Assembly setting up a committee, the President setting up a committee. As a matter of fact, I would suggest that everybody stay out. Let two of them go into a room. They will come out of that room resolved. It is the fifth columnist that wants this problem extended. I don't think Rivers people are benefiting.
The former Rivers West senator also appealed to Rivers residents to remain calm and avoid actions that could jeopardize ongoing peace effort.
Nobody should do anything that will endanger the peace, because we can clearly see that we are losing a lot as a state and as a people. It is not in the best interest. Whoever is playing politics with the resources and lives of Rivers people should have a rethink. I don't think it is proper for us to be used as the guinea pig of Nigerian politics.
On Tuesday, the Senate appointed leader Opeyemi Bamidele as chairman of the 18-member committee to oversee activities of the Rivers State sole administrator, retired Vice Admiral Ibokete Ibas. The Senate President Godswill Akpabio made this known during the resumption of plenary. Senator Akpabio said the committee was created to strengthen transparency and accountability in the state's governance. Recall that the House of Representatives last month inaugurated an ad hoc committee to oversee the administration of Rivers State during the ongoing state of emergency. During a meeting between the House of Representatives Committee and the Rivers State Administrator, which was held on the 25th of April after two other failed attempts, Administrator Ibas requested the House of Committee to grant him more time to adequately prepare and present a comprehensive briefing. He apologized for his inability to appear before the House previously. Meanwhile, the director of Abuja School of Social and Political Thought, Sam Amadi, says the National Assembly has no reconciliatory role to play in the emergency rule declared in Rivers State. Dr. Amadi made this known in an interview with correspondent Suemi Oruwari while speaking on the lawmakers' plans to resolve the political crisis in Rivers State.
That's the point. They leave what they're supposed to do and do what they're not supposed to do. National Assembly has no broader interest of reconciliation. If they have interest of reconciliation, they will make a new law, creating a national conference. The job of National Assembly is to make laws, not to engage in arbitration. If they care about national interest and they think it's not being done well, their job is to do public hearing and make a law, either creating a commission, creating agency with a mandate to reconcile people. They don't go and engage in meetings to reconcile. They're not executive. But they can't distinguish between executive and legislature.
Dr. Amadi advised them to strictly focus on their legislative duties and stop meddling in the function of the executive arm of government.
the president declares state of emergency, they have to consent. They have consented. They have no other business with the state of emergency. The president has scrambled democratic structure in that state. In fact, the state administrator has no business doing the things he's doing. He has no business calling meeting of his presumption of state of emergency that there's an emergency to be dealt with. So administrator is for purpose of preserving peace. The Mr. President says there is a likelihood of breakdown of peace and a stop to democracy. Focus on that. If there are no more threat to peace, the state administrator should go away and let the democratic system come to do all this. So National Assembly has nothing to do here. And having approved it, allow the president manage the state administrator. That's how the concern is.
The policy analyst also asked the Supreme Court to use the existing case challenging the state of emergency rule in Rivers State to restore sanity in the democratic governance of the country. In another development, the chairman of the Interparty Advisory Council, IPAC, in Rivers State, Osaro Soswema, has questioned the essence of marking Democracy Day on June 12 in the state. Speaking on Nigeria Info FM's Morning Crossfire, Soswema expressed difficulty in talking about democracy when, according to him, individuals who are undemocratically elected are occupying positions in government.
IPAC as an institution, we're standing on the threshold of peace, unity, good governance. These are hallmarks of democracy. And you know that the democracy we are experiencing today was labored for. A lot of persons paid supreme prices for us to get where we are today, where the Constitution of Rivers State is, the Constitution of Nigeria is suspended in Rivers State. It is quite an aberration. What will the forefathers who fought for democracy in Nigeria, how will they feel? How will people feel? What are we going to say? What are we going to talk about in Rivers State on June 12th?
The IPAC chairman also said the council has not found it necessary to meet with the state's sole administrator, retired Vice Admiral Ibokete Ibas, and called for the reinstatement of the elected governor of the state, Siminalayi Fubara.
We have our duties and rules, and we are playing and carrying out our duties. If it is necessary, of course, for us to have the smooth peace, enjoy the democracy the founding fathers of democracy fought for, that will be celebrated on June 12th, let us have the democratically elected governor of Rivers State restored. What we are saying is this: let us have the experience of celebrating our June 12th in Rivers State with the elected governor of Rivers State on state.
Coming up next, pipeline shut after oil spill in River State. Stay with us.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
You're welcome back, and now the rest of the news. The new operator of assets formerly owned by the Shell Petroleum Development Company, SPDC, has shut down production into its 14-inch Okordia Rumebe pipeline in Ekata, Ahoda East local government area of Rivers State. The development was after the company confirmed the oil spill incident. The company spokesperson, Mr. Michael Adande, said it has shut down production in the affected pipeline segment to contain the spill and mitigate environmental damage. Now, yesterday, an oil pipeline surveillance guard said the fresh oil spill in Ekata in Ahoda East local government area of Rivers State was caused by third-party interference. The guard, who spoke anonymously in a phone interview with correspondent Buruwari, said he witnessed the incident. He said local residents, especially farmers, believed the spill was a deliberate act meant to sabotage the government and the company that owns the pipeline.
What happened is that while on patrol in the pipeline, 14 inches, Okordia Rumebe row at Ekata, Renaissance pipeline, I observed an oil spillage in the pipeline. The surveillance said, I tried to investigate to inquire one of the causes of the spillage. I observed that it was as a result of a third-party interference. The pipeline was excavated by oil thieves. Joint investigation will be carried out, which is GIV. After GIV, they cannot order for clamping, then they cannot clamp. The surveillance guards charged to be in that particular axis were not on duty.
In other news, the Nigerian police force says it has arrested 2 internationally wanted fugitives, Felix Omoregie alias Egosa Johnson Omoregie, a suspected ringleader of a human trafficking syndicate wanted by Belgian authorities, and Okudili Sebastian Ezeje, a key member of a Dubai-based armed robbery gang. Now, this was disclosed in a statement by the public relations officer of the Nigerian police force, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, today. Adejobi said Felix Omoregie, declared wanted by the Belgian authorities through minors to Italy and subsequently dispersing them across Europe for the purpose of sexual exploitation. He also said Ezeje is wanted by authorities in the United Arab Emirates, UAE, for a series of serious crimes, including armed robbery, cultism, drug trafficking, and other organized criminal activities. To education, now a stand-up comedian, Godson Ekwubiri, popularly known as GSN, says the 75% candidate who scored below 200 in the UTME organized by the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, JAMB, is a testament of the decline in Nigeria's reading culture. Speaking with our correspondent, GSN urged political leaders to invest in education and improve governance.
If you ask how many persons now they really read book, this generation, they think they're very low. I think we need to do a whole lot to the reading culture. The kind of leaders we even get, they give us joy, and it's crazy. Now I understand monetization, social media and everything. A lot of persons, they do a whole lot of things for content. But for me, Nigeria know this thing for normal people. We need our leaders to be accountable. How much money will our leaders they pump into education? How many libraries do we have? You cannot blame social media because you have books online. But what's the percentage of persons who read online?
The content creator expressed worry about the quick money syndrome amongst the younger generation, urging the government to create jobs.
Yourself, if you post on Facebook, immediately your post just enter that one where they will write see more. People don't skip your post. Why? Because that reading culture don't come out for our society. Everybody now they find quick money. Who even come out with first class? You go see work. All these things they follow. They demoralize people from going to school. That's why I get first class for my class that time. They sell boxers online. So we are going through a lot in this country. A lot has to change.
And now in business, the leadership of the 10th Senate has postponed the passage of President Bola Tinubu's tax reform bills to today for proper scrutiny and debate. And the four bills, Nigerian Tax Bill, Tax Administration Bill, Revenue Tax Board Bill, and Nigerian Revenue Service Establishment Bill, were forwarded by the president 6 months ago as part of efforts to reform the country's fiscal policies and boost revenue generation. The delay in the passage of the bills had raised concerns, especially after the House of Representatives approved them 2 weeks ago, putting pressure on the Red Chamber. Still in business, the Nigerian liquefied natural gas NLNG may raise supply by as much as 12% following a deal with Seplat Energy. NLNG's gas plant operations, which have been affected by fuel theft, are set to see gas supplies jump once the agreement with Seplat Energy goes into effect. Seplat recently acquired Mobil, producing Nigeria Unlimited MPNU. The managing director, Ano Gas Processing Company, Effiong Okong, said under the terms of a preliminary agreement, Seplat will send more than 150,000 tons of gas a month to the NLNG plant, which is more than 12% higher than last year's monthly average. A report by Bloomberg said such an increase would be a major boost to the plant, which has seen its gas supplies plummet as gang of thieves tap the pipeline that feed the site. And now we move to entertainment. Nigerian comedian and actor Ayo Mayaku, also known as AY, says he was invited by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission over allegations relating to the abuse of the Naira. In a post today, AY said he was invited for questioning on Monday regarding the public spraying of both local and foreign currencies during a recent social event. He thanked the EFCC and relevant authorities for granting him a pardon after it was confirmed that the money sprayed was not tied to any criminal or illicit activity. And now in sports, Al Hilal are preparing a bid for Manchester United captain Bruno Fernandes, but the Red Devils have no plans to sell the 30-year-old Portugal midfielder.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
India says it has launched missile strikes on 9 sites in Pakistan and Pakistan-administered Kashmir. Residents were jolted awake by huge explosions. Pakistan says 6 locations were attacked and claims to have shot down 5 Indian fighter jets. India has not confirmed this. India's army said at least 10 civilians were killed by Pakistani shelling on its side of the de facto border. Pakistan said that 26 people have been killed and 46 injured in Indian airstrikes and firing along the line of control. Tensions between the nuclear-armed states escalated after a deadly militant attack on Indian tourists in Pahalgam last month.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
That's a wrap on the news this afternoon. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. Pilot error has been blamed for the crash that killed Access Bank CEO Herbert Wigwe and his family. Pirates have abducted 13 boat passengers along Isaka River in River State. A pipeline has been shut after an oil spill in River State. On the foreign scene, you heard Pakistan says Indian airstrikes have killed 26 people and has vowed a response. The news was edited by Martha Okere. To reach the news team, send an SMS on WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I'm Ifechukwu Monyele. Many thanks for listening.